kind of cute to start, but I
having
may have made it a little bit too Not that it's like not cute. It's cute.
Okay. Hi guys, I'm Lana and this is Lucy. Yeah. And welcome to the Princess Pet Diaries. Yesha. Okay, so today we are finally going to be sewing our baby's harness together. Yay! Aren't you excited? So last week I did make a couple of mistakes and I accidentally cut out the fabric for the harness, but because I wanted to embroider it, I wasn't supposed to cut it out until it was already embroidered. So we are just gonna go a step back today and just cut out a square piece, embroider, and then cut out the shape. But it shouldn't take that long. So let's get started! Yay! And she doesn't want to come down. Look at her cute little butt. Oh, let's go.
Okay, so we are gonna start with the embroidery. I've recut out just some fabric, and my little baby's come to support us. Lucy. But so I just cut out the fabric. This is the goal of what I want, but when in Lucy brown, not pink. And so I actually did kind of practice. This was the first attempt of practicing. It was very awkward to say the least. And this is my most recent attempt, the brown one, which is just the head, no ears, but I got a lot better. And as you can see on the back, so it's just how I did the embroidery. I don't know which one's actually right, but when you put the pin in and just like go in and then go out to the back and then you go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, it actually embroids the back as well, right? But it uses a lot more thread and then it's bulgy and we don't really want bulgy. So if you kind of just like go to the side nicely and do it, you get this type of thing at the back, which is what we're gonna go for. So it's time to attempt it on the real one. Let's see how we go. Yay!
So what you want to do is you want to draw an outline of what you're doing and where you're drawing, but make sure it's not too dark that it pops up later, even when you finish embroidering it. Mine was a bit too light, so it was a bit hard to see. But the next step is you just want to go back and forth really slowly and neatly. Do not rush it. Just take your time. Make sure that your sews are as close together as possible and don't cross over back and forth because it just looks really messy. Good luck. But it's also important to break it into chunks to make sure that you're taking breaks, you know?
Okay, so after maybe like 2 Bridgerton episodes, I finally finished the head!
After you have finished embroidery, you want to cut it out into your shape, which is what I actually did last week, but oopsies. And then hopefully your baby comes by like a little shark and tries to low-key eat something and make you stressed, but she wasn't actually eating anything, so give her a kiss instead. All good guys, all good guys. Be careful of dogs, they eat stuff. And when you sew them together, you want to make sure that you've got the right sides together when you bag them. So this is the back and this is the front of the fabric. So you want to make sure that you have the front and front together. So when you bag it, it goes, the front and front go to the outside, if that makes sense. And then what I use is I use the little clippers to make sure that the pieces were aligned so that I sew them in the right place. It is actually a lot harder than it looks, so just go really, really slow when you sew it to make sure you don't have any bumps or nothing is kind of like sliding in the wrong place, because that's really hard to redo when you've got mesh. Okay, then after you finish sewing, just leave like a little bit open so that you can bag it in and out, right? And I did do the corner bit, but it was really hard to do, so I don't recommend doing the corner. And just bag it out slowly, and then you want to reinforce what you've done and just sew maybe like 1/2 centimeter to the sidelines, and then make it look a little bit more professional instead of homemade, because it's homemade but it's still sturdy. So yeah.
Okay, so now we have actually sewed it together, what we're gonna do is, you know this line that we just sewed down for the reinforcement? We're actually gonna go over it in like the same thread as the little embroidery of my baby's forehead. But we're gonna do it in pink. So we're just gonna go over it to reinforce it, make sure nothing breaks, to try and kind of hide the not so straight stitching. And for a handmade touch, because it is definitely handmade. So let's do it.
Okay, so when you do this, you are like going through 4 layers of fabric some places. So use a thumb guard to protect your thumb, otherwise it's gonna be impossible.
Okay, so I finally finished it. Oh, that took me like 2 episodes of Bridgerton, and I'm so tired.
I was so tired, I was on the verge of death, but this is what it looks like up close, so you can kind of see it's hidden my bad stitching.
So next we are gonna put on the strap. So let's go.
Okay, so the straps were definitely the hardest bit, so do go slowly. This is kind of the shape that you want to fold them into to make sure it actually can be adjustable, but just go slowly and try not to make any mistakes because it's hard to undo mistakes with straps because you reinforce them so much.
So it should look something like this. So we're just gonna, ooh, it looks like a harness. We're just gonna test this on my baby who is sleeping in her other bed with a toilet paper roll. So I'll go get her. Oh, the toilet roll is in her hand, so I brought it with us. Oh, you smell so nice. I love my little baby. Okay, let's try it on her. Sorry, sweetie. Just one more moment. Okay, just a test run. We're not going on a walk. Not going on a walk. Okay, so I may have needed a little bit more rope for the arms because I do want her to be able to wear clothes on underneath without it being tight. What a big yawn. Lizzie, up, look up. There you go. But, ta-da! Okay, maybe I will have enough. I think I might just have enough strap left. It's an uncomfortable amount. Okay, so it is a little bit shorter than I thought it was gonna be. But we're gonna do our best while my baby invites me to complain. Hold on, can you see she's under?
I did actually make a mistake, but because you sew it back so many times to reinforce it, it's really, really hard to unpick. So just be careful, guys.
Okay, so technically we are supposed to like sew these 2 pieces together like here, which is what they've done here. But we didn't have enough strap, so we're just gonna go with this and say use it carefully. Okay, so put this on you. There we go, our cute little princess. Okie dokies. So it does fit. We love a harness that fits. Okay. Oh, I'm so happy that it fits. Okay, it fits. Okay. It fits! Oh my god! Yay! Yay, baby! Yay! Mwah! I'm so happy! Mwah!
Okay, so when you actually sew the straps on the harness, be careful of the placing and the angle to make sure it's the same on each side. And what you want to do is you want to reinforce it so it doesn't break free. So you want to do it in kind of like a rectangle like this one, and then you want to do an X in the middle. But I am very paranoid and my baby pulls. So I went over it several times to make sure that it actually stayed, which you can see on the front, but I mean, better safe than sorry, so.
We did it! We finished! Yay! And it is black outside. It took 1 day to do the embroidery bits and 1 day to doing the sewing bits. And through both days, my baby was sleeping like a little baby. But, da 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 da! It has been made and done! together. Boom! Boom! It works! So here we go, look at it! Yay! Anyway, I'm very happy that we have finally finished making our harness, and she looks like a little angel. So we're gonna say goodbye for you today. Bye bye! And follow us on our adventure next time, making line steps, I think. Ooh. Bye bye!